Hey guys, Yestergear PC here with a look at another one of the little gems in my collection. This is the IBM PS2 model 25-004. It was released in 1987 as a budget option in the PS2 lineup. It's an all-in-one form factor and sports an Intel 8086 CPU. Let's open it up, take a look inside, and see what kind of things we can do with it. Starting off, we have the system's mainboard, mounted to the clamshell-style drop-down lower chassis. This machine is very simple to open. Only 2 screws need to be removed. Here we have the CPU, the venerable Intel 8086. You can also see the empty coprocessor socket here. This system used the ISA bus, unlike all other PS2s except for the Model 30. You can see there the stock hard drive connector in blue. The hard drives available to this machine were custom. They used the MFM interface but connected through a socket that looked much like IDE. It carried the data and power on one cable. These drives are extremely difficult to find these days. Shown here in the rear is the XT IDE board that I built myself from a Glitchworks kit. These 8-bit ISA cards allow you to add IDE or compact flash storage to your vintage computers. I have a 2 GB industrial disk-on module installed for my permanent storage. You can find many different designs of XT IDE boards, but they all use a custom ROM that intercepts the boot process and allows you to boot natively from the storage you have connected. Here's a close-up shot of the card. You can see the dip switches used for setting the card address and other functions. Let's move on to the exterior. You can see this has a similar all-in-one style to early Macintosh computers. This was no accident. IBM wanted to compete with the Macs in this market. Here we can see the floppy drive, which I have upgraded to a Sony-made 1.44 megabyte unit. Over here are the power, contrast, and brightness controls. While this system sold well to businesses, its adoption by the home user was relatively small. The Model 25 and its monitorless brother, the Model 30, were at the very bottom of the PS2 stack. The rear I/O consisted of 1/4-inch headphone jack that relayed the PC speaker to the user, 2 PS2 ports for keyboard and mouse, a serial port, and a parallel port. This machine was dual voltage capable, but had a manual switch, much like most other computers of the era. Let's check out some software. Starting with Windows 3.0. You'll notice it's in black and white, because of the MCGA graphics only doing monochrome at 640 by 480. This makes it a bit difficult in solitaire, as you have to pay closer attention to the suits, otherwise you may be dropping the cards where they don't belong. I have tried to find a color 320 by 240 MCGA driver for Windows 3, but I've come up empty. If anyone knows where to find one, drop a link in the comments, it would be most appreciated. In Paintbrush, it isn't as much fun as with color, and trying to draw with a ball mouse is not very easy. Watch me struggle here to write my channel's initials. I don't think I've ever made such a mess of a quick paint drawing. You may have noticed my lights are off, and I'm recording from my camera. This is a twofold issue. First off, the brightness on this machine isn't what I'd hoped for, and there is also an ever so slight purple tint to the text in DOS mode. Secondly, the Model 25 does not have a video output of any kind, so direct capture was impossible without building some sort of Y adapter to go inside. And I didn't have the time, patience, or spare connectors to throw one together for this video. I do believe this is the only machine in my collection that does not have some sort of video out I can use as capture, because I really don't like capturing with a camera. Next up is Sopwith. It's a great little game I spent many hours playing on my EGA-powered XT when I was a kid. I must have had over 400 hours just playing this game. My muscle memory is still pretty good. I can usually get all the buildings in the first run. I'll apologize now that none of the games here have any sound. I forgot to plug in the 1/4-inch jack to my audio input when I was recording. You'll just have to deal with my soothing voice instead. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Next up is Pac-Man. This game runs pretty well besides the occasional glitch where it stops for a moment. I never spent a lot of time in this game when I was younger, but I do enjoy playing a round or two occasionally these days. Finally, the last of the games, there is Battle Chess. This game plays dreadfully slow on this 8086 base machine. You really need a fast 286 or a low-end 386 to get the full experience, but it does show the 256 color palette of the MCGA quite nicely. This is not VGA mode, although many 320 by 240 VGA games will work quite well on MCGA. Finally is a quick look at a bit of productivity. This is an early version of the Microsoft Works Office suite. You can see that this computer was actually quite capable of doing some office work tasks, as this was the main use for this model of computer originally. Works has a built-in word processor, spreadsheet, and database capability. So, there you have it, the IBM PS2 Model 25. This machine holds a very special place in my collection, and we may see it again in a future video. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click that thumbs up icon. If you didn't, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell icon so you can catch my next video, and we'll see you in the next one.